when you think about that unit then, you have the subjects that you're automatically teaching, but you push to have the central Islamic point or topic, um, that's your starting point, and then you draw out, in other places, the ways that you would connect it. And the more interconnectivity you have outside, so you're connecting math to science and science to this topic, and all around making connections, this will add to the way that children learn to think Islamically. So there are a variety of ways to look at that. And you've had Omar Qarashi's talk on science. You've had Dr. Frida Shama on language arts. When you think about a story to read, you could read the story of, a man who was given an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave his wife and child. And how, and you know who she is, how she ran from Safa to Marwa, and how the water came from the ground beneath her child, and we have Abi Zamzam, and to take that reading, that literature, and then connect that lack of water, that story of perseverance, that story of obedience, and connect that to the way that we think about our own lives, and how hard is it for us to get up and make wudu, and to be obedient to make the 5 daily prayers, and to follow the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to dress appropriately, to eat Islamically, to stay away from certain things. And so we make that connection, and we make that rich, woven, underlying meanings beyond the actual lesson that we planned, to teach. And so that's reading, language arts, writing, Arabic and English. So language arts is both subjects. We can memorize some ayahs of the Quran. We can look further and talk about the qualities and characteristics, the traits that we want to instill in ourselves and build character from that. So there's, a great value to learning the skill of integrated lessons and units, and to think thematic teaching. And imagine if we did this throughout a classroom for, year after year after year, and throughout a school, and that our schools were built on this, we would probably see a great difference in how the worldview that we have develops, because then we begin to think and remember the stories. Now, when we tell the stories in isolation, and we tell that story, we open the book and we close the book, and we read and we write and we end it, and we look at it and we think that we've done that. And that's good. Children need to know the story, but the point of it being in isolation is the point that I'm trying to strengthen here. That if it's integrated and connected, that it becomes stronger. I think many of you have good topics. If you haven't already completed your mind map in Part A, you turn in Part A and Part B separately, and now we're getting to the point where it should be the entire unit. You need to start with the enduring understandings. What exactly are you expecting children to learn and be able to do? And you're looking at the subjects, the content subject, the academic subjects, and the standards really are from your state or government or district curriculum. So they have a number usually, and they're broad usually, and they would be a science or a math or a reading standard. And those are a published set of standards from somewhere that you're using in your school. And I don't designate which ones you use because, in fact, you're all in different places. So I can't say, what your school uses. So then you take your standards, and the next part is how are you teaching? What modalities are you taking into consideration? So you're taking into consideration that children should hear something, see something, do something. So it's auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. And, that's going to add to the richness of your unit. Thinking about the environment you create and how you're going to build character within that. And then you see the last portion is how are you going to break down the portions of your unit so that you can teach it in a variety of lessons. So I hope that's helpful as a summary. I look forward to seeing all of your units. And please share your units broadly with your peers so that you do peer evaluation. You're asked in the assignment to write to your peers. You've done a great job of writing to your peers already. And now you're on a finished product supposed to write to your peers and give feedback to one another. And then also post it in the assignment bar under assignments so that I will be able to post a grade for you. And when you finish all of these assignments in the discussion board, then you complete the course and you move to course 103. So I wish you all the best. And you can reach me through Skype. Well, Skype is not the best without an appointment. You can reach me by email and phone number. And then we could set up a Skype time if you still need time to discuss this. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide your work and bless you all, and have a wonderful week. Assalamu alaikum.